nice and on time tonight. I need some sleep. Oh, we're on.
Coming at you live from my bedroom.
Coming at you tired.
Yeah, it's been a long week and it's only Wednesday.
Hump day.
Yeah,
Hump day comes around quick. Though. I always find start of the week comes around really quick because of these live streams, and then the next 2 days go really, really slow until the weekend. But welcome to Toy Division. Ben joins us.
Good evening.
In place of Andy tonight.
That's not Andy.
I am honouring Andy and drinking many beers this evening.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, we won't miss out on that element tonight.
Cheers.
Ben's going to try and look as equally as confused as Andy does.
I'm sure we can do that. That's no problem at all.
And just giggle at random opportunities.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
But also, not just Ben is joining us. We have got the legend, Mr. Callum, Mr. Retro Ghetto.
Good evening, everybody.
How you doing?
How you doing, dude?
Very good, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Get that Andy spirit in.
Pun intended.
And I can't even pretend I'm cool with the cool kids unless this is like a pint of red wine, not even red, like rosé. It's just Vimto.
Dan, you're cool in your own way, man. Don't worry about it.
It's all right, man. Don't bow into peer pressure.
Never.
How we doing, everyone? Vadertron toy chest. Keep getting that.
You'll get it right one of these weeks.
Sorry? Yeah, I'll get it.
Right.
He'll change it back and I'll get it right. Daphne, how you doing? Si, Benny Boy. Oh, everyone's here. Pete, how's it going? Smugglers. Yeah, happy hump day, dude. Kieran, how's it going, mates? Ollie, how you doing? Scuba Pete, how's it going? Let's have a quick go back to the questions in a second. Good evening. Vic's here. Yes, no spoilers for the Book of Boba, please.
I definitely couldn't spoil it if I tried.
It's set in the Star Wars world.
I was going to say, you've got to watch it to spoil it.
Yeah.
I got an episode and a half in and I thought,
It gets better. Stick with it.
I'm just too excited about The Boys season 3 to even concentrate on anything else. So.
Yes, I did see New Disenchantment came out today. If anybody watches that,
really? Enchantment. Okay.
No, Disenchantment. You know the Netflix. It's done by Matt Groening.
The cartoon. Sorry. Yeah.
Flip Warrior Foundations. How's it going? Grant, how you doing, buddy? Loving the new logo you got going on.
Oh, Grant, are we gonna see Grant at some point in like this year? I feel like I've not seen Grant for like a year. You come to Kempton, come to Sandown. I've got a T-shirt for you, Grant. I was going to give it to you. It's in my bag. It's been in my toy bag for like.
It's been in his gym bag for years.
It's been in my gym bag. I haven't washed it, mate. It's just for you.
He's not selling it, is he? Not selling it.
It's a Power Rangers thing, I think. I've got no interest in it. I thought, Grant will have that. Grant will take stuff off my hands.
That's why you've not seen him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hiding. Once again, the Toy Division takes a huge gamble by having professional guest stars. Yeah.
There you go.
Kieran comes in with all the nice words every week.
I know.
It's a subtle dig. It's a subtle dig at how unprofessional me and Aaron are, but that's okay.
It's fine.
I don't know. I can't speak for Callum, but I'm not exactly professional.
Far from it, mate.
Callum's professional. He's sat up in front of his fridge. There's a man that knows what's going on. Just leave.
Yeah, he's got easy access.
Yeah.
Callum's smashing it on the YouTube as well. We'll get onto that in a second.
I did have a good week. I'll be honest. Had a very good week. It's strange on YouTube, isn't it? It's really weird. You can put out a video that you think, I think this is very good. I've done really well here. Nothing. You can put out a video that's like, yeah, it's all right. For some reason, you
put out
YouTube, right?
You put out an 8-minute video about blurt balls, and then 3 years later, it's got 10,000 hits. That's what, whoever it is, that's what Andy did.
Evergreen content, yeah.
The man who never even wanted to do YouTube in the first place.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's crazy. Retro Ghetto, Callum, your CEX video that came out last week?
Yeah.
15,000 views.
17
now. Jeez.
I mean, I'm trying to stay humble, but at the same time, I'm thinking about calling the Paul brothers out for a fight. So I'm kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was literally about to say that. I was about to say, Aaron, like Paul. Get Logan Paul on the phone, book up the fight.
Going to be appearing on a Rogan's podcast as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's hitting the big
That's
time.
why Andy's not here. He's training. We're going to face off next time. That's why we never see each other. We're never in the same room or even the same virtual room. We've got like a beef. Yeah, that's what it is.
One of these made up internet beefs.
Yeah, that's it.
Hello,
Colin.
How we doing? Oh, Darren's here. How you doing? Dave Wild Toys, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well.
Big up the Vimto.
Big up the Vimto. Love the t-shirt, Retro Ghetto, great nostalgia.
Quick
Thank
question.
you.
Quick
Come
question.
on, man.
All three guys, starting with Callum, who's your favourite Street Fighter 2 character?
To play with or like just
To play with, and no one say Blanca, just hitting down, because that's you know
right.
what it is.
As much as I'd love to just answer this question, right? I play with Ryu. Even though I'm a big Street Fighter fan, I feel like he's the basic go-to. It's like saying you love hip hop, but my favorite is Eminem, right? It's kind of like, that's what it feels like. I do play Ryu, but my favorite character is Sagat. You know, like the artwork and as a character, I'm a big Sagat fan.
Aaron?
Apart from Ryu, I don't really know any of their names.
Okay, that's all right. You're a Ryu guy. There's the go-to guy.
The sumo guy, just because it's...
Oh, E Honda.
Yeah.
It's a solid choice.
Does he have like the fisting?
The 1,000-hand slap in it called.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I'd go. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Dalsin, you know the sort of dude that's got the stretchy arms.
Yoga Flame, Yoga Fire.
Yeah, or M Bison. I'm always a big fan of him, just because that sort of the uppercut that drives people up into the air. I think it was the first game I ever played on Mega Drive.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Oh, you need to play it on the Super Nintendo.
I was going to say,
it's a Mega Drive pad. It's
a stalwart of the SNES, but yeah, I'm a Dalsim guy as well, but I also very much like Guile.
Guile was the one. Street Fighter 2, Guile was a bit of a cheat code, you know, like because there's been so many years of people perfecting the game.
Yeah.
Before they get so many iterations, but the initial version, if you could play with Guile, that's like the cheat code.
Yeah. But like I say, all my friends just did it. Just whoever was Blanca first, and just go down, just electricity. But Dalsim was one of the few guys that I can't remember it now that had a move that you could get through that.
Yeah.
But
he just sort of lay down and his arms would sort of come all the way up.
Yeah. But don't do the slide kick because you're going to get electrocuted. And Bison, I think, is the best character, but only because of Raul Julia in the film Street Fighter. We can move on. That's
Callum, are you a fan of the Street Fighter film?
The live action one.
Yeah.
I mean,
the anime ones are great. The anime ones are great.
But the animated ones, fantastic films.
I don't know.
As long as you get the version that's got the Chun-Li shower scene in it, then that's the version that you need to get.
I think
incognito mode.
Yeah, the live action film is much better once you know how absolutely ripped off his head Van Damme was during the entire filming, but watching it knowing that is like
it makes more sense.
Yeah.
But slightly changing the subject, have you watched the animated Mortal Kombat movies? They're really good.
Yeah,
very good. I've not seen the second one yet. I think the first one was Scorpion's Revenge.
Is that the first one? Yeah.
Really good film.
Yeah.
I went to a cinema to watch the live action, and again, it felt a bit cheap.
Best thing about the original Mortal Kombat live action film was the absolutely brilliantly terrible, brilliant Roadrunner new metal crossed with techno soundtrack.
Yeah.
What a soundtrack! I had it on tape. Sort of like Fear Factory and all that sort of stuff. Like, well, good.
Awesome.
I always sucked at these playing these like Street Fighter games. I can never beat 'em up games was never my thing.
Well, Street Fighter ruined all the beat 'em ups for me because I could only play one. It's a bit like Pro Evo or FIFA. I can't differentiate. Do you know what I mean? So I have to just stick with Street Fighter because I try and play other games like that, and it just doesn't. It don't work.
I can dabble in Mortal Kombat, but only the newer ones with the finishing moves that were so graphic that definitely shouldn't be letting kids play them, but they were great.
I do find it's a sign of how things have come on that you go back maybe now and play the original Street Fighter Turbo, which at the time was rapid, and you're like, it's quite slow now. But are you guys the same? That I wasn't me. I never had this sort of. I used to go around my friends' houses to play it. There was always one dude that had the super controller that had all the
turbo buttons and that.
All the automated buttons. Yeah. It wasn't just me. Someone was like, I'll play you. Here's my control pad. Plug it all in, wind it up and stuff. And here's your 2 buttons.
Yeah.
Peasant buttons.
Yeah.
Peasant buttons. Grant Toys.
I mean, what does that mean? Are you selling? Are you selling, Grant?
Robbo will be all over you.
Be a feeding frenzy. We'll see you in the car park, mate. It'll be right in that car boot.
Stripped.
Yeah.
But definitely. Message me. I want to know where you are. Because try and get in the champagne lounge.
VIP champagne lounge. That's where it's at Sandown.
No PM dealing though.
No PM dealing.
Yeah. This isn't a Facebook group, mate. You can absolutely deal via messages. It's fine.
No, I'd like my bids submitted via letter or carrier pigeon.
We only deal via carrier pigeon and smoke signals because we're old school.
Dark Lycan, how's it going? Tony, how's it going?
Hey Tony, I see Tony got on the Axe Cop train. Of course he did.
Dan, you are.
I saw that post.
I can't say the word because we don't want to upset Aaron, but
yeah,
the C word.
I'm telling you, it's the best.
Are we not allowed to swear on here?
Oh no, I just mean cult.
No, he was going to say Colts, but we don't swear on here because then Aaron doesn't get his 35 pence every 4 or 5 years when YouTube does its algorithm. So we try not to.
This one's going viral.
I've had a few people that said they've quite enjoyed the show because they can watch it with their kids.
There is, genuinely, there is that as well.
Now
so,
Andy's not here, it's even safer for kids.
That is scandalous. I don't even know what to take from that comment. But
I
reckon it's Andy because I never get to see him, so I'm just going to keep going until one day.
He's starting that internet beef, and I'm all
he's coming. We're gonna have that. We're gonna have that face off.
I can't wait for the YouTube videos to be coming out. Just like, did you hear what Retro Ghetto said?
Retro Ghetto said I ain't got all the battle beasts. Well, let me count them one by one.
Oh dear.
I bet you Retro Ghetto doesn't have every single game.
Who does?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We're catching up because I got some.
Yeah. So we'll go from here and then we'll show some stuff off. Will there be a £20 challenge on Sunday?
So on Sunday, guys, I'm not actually selling. I am there as support. Hannah is selling. It's a full table of her stuff, girly stuff. There is not girly stuff, but I'm not selling anything. I'm just there to help, hang, and muck around, and probably ruin your guys' days. So, actually, primarily,
you're just going to
be is to bring this for Ben. So that's my main task. But so yeah, I will have plenty of time to go on the hunt for a £20 challenge. So
who's the current holder of the belt?
Aaron.
Oh, that's why he was I'm in an iron about doing the £20 challenge. You just want to keep hold of it.
Aaron's like Roman Reigns. He'll just he doesn't like to defend the belt. He just likes to have it. So he can say, I've had it for this long. And it's like
got to try and remember where I put it.
I don't want to talk about the Royal Rumble, by the way, guys. It's still upset me.
Okay.
Thousand Toys, how's it going, mate? I hope you're well.
Big Rob.
Right. Let's show some stuff off. Callum, as our guest, would you like to go first?
Yeah, no problem. I've got quite a few bits because obviously I don't do this every week.
That's cool, man.
Feel free
we're here till 10:30, so if you can fill the whole thing up for us, that'll be really handy.
Aaron doesn't want to get to my stuff because it's weird and people turn off when I start showing, like, look what I got from.
Right, the first thing I got, this was a present I got at Christmas from the missus. This is one of the Resaurus Street Fighter figures. And this is Alex. So this is from Street Fighter 3, Third Strike. It's one of my favourite in the series. I'm at that point now where it's sort of the more obscure things that I need. I've got such a large Street Fighter action figure collection. This is like the Player 3 variant, even though I've just knocked the sticker off. So there goes 20 quid.
Are they still state-of-the-art figures, or do you say they were like who makes those ones?
Resaurus.
Okay.
This came before State of the Art. This is one of the very early ones. To my knowledge, the first ones were like the G.I. Joe Street Fighter crossovers. Then it was Resaurus, then State of the Art. with a few thrown in, because from what I've gathered, Capcom give anybody the license that pays the money. It's the amount of toys that comes out. It's like, I mean, they gave it to Primark, right? So I mean, if there's anybody that's got a little bit of money, they'll give you the ability to go and make Street Fighter figures. So there's a lot of them out there.
I'm still convinced Primark don't get licenses. They just print what they want until they get cease and desist. I'm telling you.
Just blame it on the Cambodians that are making them.
Exactly.
And then there's the back, if anyone's interested. A few nice figures on there.
Oh, I do love Vega.
Yeah.
I don't collect on card. So I've got like a moral dilemma with this. Do you know what I mean? I wish it hadn't come on card because it's such a nice piece. But because I'm in a position where I can display my toys at the minute, because I'm building a bigger room, I don't have to make the decision right now, thankfully. It's just sitting in the box. It's in purgatory as we stand.
We know what's what, mate. You're building up a little collection so you can get a massive video and of ripping them all open. That's cool.
Yeah, live unboxing.
Yeah.
And then I got a loose Resaurus figure. It's Akuma.
Nice.
And again, this is like a Player 3 variant, but I liked his hair. I like that. It's like a translucent orange.
Yeah. Are the eyes the same?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wicked.
They're cool. It's almost Dragon Ball style, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never seen it before. This like Player 3 variant. Not particularly sought after because it went round a couple of times on eBay. You know, like getting relisted.
Yeah.
The guy didn't accept my offer. I just keep making the same offer. You know, things get relisted. I try my luck again.
Oh,
I think on the
you're that
first
guy.
cycle, we accepted it. So, yeah, I was happy to have added this one.
How many times do you have to relist an item before the offer, the same offer coming through has to be accepted?
I don't know. But I'm thinking with them offers I am, mate. But every now and again, they happen, right? It comes through eventually.
You don't try, you never know.
That's it. So, yeah, that's Street Fighter bits. And everything else I've got is... It's for children, really, but I'm a child, so it's. I said last time I was on the show that I collect the Mattel Hercules figures. I'm a big Disney's Hercules fan, and I showed you one of the Titans, and it was brown. It had all been like smoke. It'd been hanging out of a smoker, I think. So I managed to get like a nice blue, translucent sort of ice Titan.
That's wicked.
That is cool. You could use that for a lot of other figures as well. Like
It's really cool. Yeah.
I said then and I say it again, like the thing about the Mattel Hercules figures is they're not expensive, but they're uncommon. You don't nobody seems to want them, but you can't find them.
I've never seen that before at any toy show or anything like that.
This the only reason I knew this existed is because my little brother had it. And you know, you've always got that weird vague memory. I started to question myself, like even if it was real.
Yeah.
But then it came up, and then 2 came along, that Buster's, right? So I've got like a brown one. If anyone wants a brown one, if any of you guys want it, I mean, I'm not exactly selling it, but I mean, I'll send it to you. Don't worry. If anybody wants a brown Iceman. Yeah, I've got loads of Hercules figures, so I'll go through them quickly. Got a bit of a bundle. So we've got Phil Artites. His head pops up.
Nice.
Gets angry.
We have to admit that if they ever do a live action one, Danny DeVito has to be.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, this was Danny DeVito, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
voiced him. Yeah.
So like playing, yeah, I get you. Got you. What next? Got Hercules himself.
I don't see Danny DeVito. I see the cop from Die Hard 2. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Think so.
Oh yeah. And then we've got, you don't always get the cape, and it's quite like an emerald green. I don't know what this is. This was not in the film. I've got no clue if that's supposed to be there. I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know if that's the right weapon or what. But...
It's almost like Hercules went on that kind of, like He-Man went into space for like New Adventures He-Man.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Hercules version, Hercules in space.
I was going to
say
say
Visionaries.
You're a Power Rangers fan. How many times did the Power Rangers go to space? Power Rangers, Leo, Extra in space, Zed.
Yeah.
Series
Power
7.
Rangers, pretty much space.
I'm with Ben. I think that looks like Pound Shot Visionaries, that particular.
And then this one's pretty cool. Hades.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And then when he gets angry, you can pop the fire up.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got missile firing hands as well.
Yeah, but the missile's stuck. So thanks for mentioning that. But
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, but I just think it's nice for the display. You know. So yeah, that's kind of stuck there in his arm.
I'd rather it was stuck there because then you haven't got the risk of it pinging off and hitting it.
Yeah,
but also it's stuck in a way that looks like it's actually firing.
Yeah.
Action pose, right?
Action pose.
I've seen your shots. Oh yeah, I've seen your action photography. This is my attempt at that. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to go with. Then I've got Pain and Panic.
Nice.
Love it.
This one's pretty cool. Like the Cyclops.
Oh, it's one of the other Titans, isn't it?
Yeah. It comes with like a pillar
that
goes in his hand. I've got that upstairs. It's got like a pillar throwing action, apparently. But yeah, Cyclops. And then the pick of the bunch, and the reason why I bought this bundle. Let me just put him together. Or Zeus himself.
That's cool.
That's nice.
Again, you don't see it very often. I think this is a bit broken. This is like some sort of Thunderbolt firing system. But again, it doesn't seem to work. The spring seems to be gone on it. But it's all there. He's got his Axel Jim Duggan pose on. So, you know, that'll do. So, yeah, really happy with that. I'm a big Greek mythology fan anyway, which is probably... I was going to say it's this, but it's probably more this that's influenced my Greek mythology fandom. But, yeah, I was really happy with to get that one.
To bring it round, it looks like Zeus is wearing Giles' hair as a beard as well.
Yeah, it's very angular, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Just needs a comb. Yeah, and then more Hercules stuff. I've got another bundle. I'm not going to show you all these, but it's just all the McDonald's toys, right?
Oh, nice. I remember them.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I had that Hydra.
That's not why I bought them. I bought them because... Let me move some stuff. They came with all of the original unfolded Happy Meal.
Let's get rid of Andy and his cereal boxes.
It's like Andy's back on.
Let's get him off the chat. Cam's taking over now. McDonald's.
I know how much Dan loves packaging, right? I've watched the show. I know it's not a contentious issue.
Dude, I'm all for packaging. I'm just not for someone paying like 60 quid for an old empty cereal box.
Well, I paid $6 and it came with all the figures. So
I'm all right with that. That's fine.
And this one here is like the main reason why. Because obviously once I display them and I get my Detolf Ziggler going and I can put all my figures in, these will form like the backdrop. And I love this one, like with the Hydra. I think it's lovely artwork.
They'll look great as backing, in the Detolf.
Yeah, so that's why I did it. And then the last thing I've got here is this. Just want to put that on there.
Hey! I don't use that, mate. I use Brasso to show.
Yeah. That's it. I'm done. That's me.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Love it.
Do you know what? It's nice to see some like different stuff as well, like some Hercules stuff on here. And I'm really looking forward to you calling Andy out.
So you know,
I'm looking forward to you calling Andy out with your, calling him out for his cereal boxes in your YouTube feud.
Yeah, you have like a box face off.
Yeah. Excellent.
Ben,
Derby Collectors in the house. How you doing? Mountain Card's here as well. How we doing?
Mountain Card, what a great name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We have got some questions for the guys, but let's Ben, have you got anything this week?
I have. I've sort of followed suit with Callum and go. I've got a few hangover from Christmas bits that I didn't show. First off, this going with the retro game in my Ninja Turtles t-shirt.
Nice. Nice.
I've got, I know everybody's got their divided opinion on Funkos, pop figures, but my wife's little sister got me one of the zombie ones. If I can get that in cool.
That's cool.
Zombie Gambit, which is cool. I've not seen many of these, but they do some quite cool looking ones from a designer's perspective. I got some retro games.
Hello. Is that for the Atari ST? Oh, Amiga. Sorry, it's right in front of me. I've got that very game all boxed up for my old Atari ST. So
Hey, it was wicked. It came in that the big Turtles bundle I got, but everything inside it is absolutely pristine. The old floppy disk.
It's a rock. Is it got 2 discs in it?
No, it's just the one, I think.
Oh, Amiga might.
With the
Amiga's
postcard.
got better technology. The Atari ST, I'm pretty sure, was 2 discs. But
yeah,
Is that the same artwork from the VHS that everybody had?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the Hero Turtles one as well, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Have you ever played that game?
I don't think I have.
It is rock solid in certain points. Yeah, it's wicked, but it's like you have essentially 4 light, and you can switch between the guys, and it's like an overground thing, and you go down sewers and into like wells and stuff.
Yeah,
I was going to say Mugsy's got it.
Was it the same one that was on the NES?
If
that
it
was
wasn't,
hard,
if it wasn't,
it's the one with the swimming episode. It's swimming level.
Yeah.
No
the electricity, the electric gate.
Yeah.
Which should not be in water. Right? Electric gates in water. I don't know who gave the okay for that.
Yeah, you're dead. You were in the water at the time.
Figure-wise, some boxed movie turtle action, which I believe is still factory sealed, because it's got the tape and stuff down the edge, but it doesn't look like it's ever been cut, restuck, or anything. So that's pretty cool. I think I'm bringing this with us because, as you can see from behind me, my toy room doesn't exist at the moment. And when it does materialize, I haven't got a huge amount of cabinet space. So unfortunately, stuff like that, box stuff, I can't keep. So you will come with us on Sunday. And then to finish it off, more movies, but the soundtrack.
Partners in Crime.
Yeah. So it's I've got the 2 different versions. So it's the collector's edition one. So this is the vinyl.
Holy
version.
crap! They made a box set of it. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So you've got obviously all the songs and stuff on the back.
Hang on, mate.
Picture disc.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then obviously all the pictures, if I don't drop it, on the front. It came with a giant postcard.
Nice.
Signed by all the turtles, genuine signatures.
Oh, worth a mint then, if they're real.
A giant poster.
Has it got a certificate of authenticity signed by Splinter to say he witnessed the?
I'm not. I will unfold it all.
Big old poster,
which is wicked, and it also came with. If I don't wreck the poster, trying to fold it back up again. All the masks. So that you get like cardboard masks that, obviously back in the 80s, you punch the holes out, and you could be the turtles.
Yeah.
So both of the ones I've got all the masks, the posters and stuff. But the other ones, the cassette version, so the box is exactly the same size, just a tiny little cassette in the middle.
That's cool.
So yeah, something a bit different.
It is worth mentioning in the Turtles film that Casey Jones does just straight up murder someone.
Yeah. It just sort of gets glossed over quite quickly, I think.
Yeah.
But forgiveness is divine.
Yes.
Just never pay full price for pizza.
That's it.
Never pay full price for late pizza, yeah.
I'm into it. I like it. Weird stuff today. It's good.
Yeah.
So like Ben said, Kempton's this Sunday, so the Turtles, the 3rd movie figure will be up for sale, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we got all sorts of stuff, all sorts of new bits and pieces that we brought out a lot at Totton, which was the last show that we did, which was awesome to get out and actually do one.
I got a Mad Ball for sale. If anyone's willing to give me more than Ben's already agreed to pay for it, just thrown out.
Yeah, but Dan, I've given you more than just monetary value. There's a lot of love coming too.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
You've given me your friendship.
We're keeping it PG.
Toy Division After Dark.
Yeah.
Toy Division only fans.
That's where Andy is now. He's making content.
Yeah.
He's on Toy Station.
Yeah. Toy Station. Jesus. Toy Cars.
Bella's Toy Chest. You ever watch that?
What's that?
No.
Bella's Toy Chest. That's the channel I stumbled across late one night.
Yeah. Yeah, Bella's Toy Chest. Yeah.
Yeah.
In her dungarees.
Does that go along with that website that crashed the live stream one week?
Oh, that was Nikki, Stu's
Yeah.
girlfriend.
It's like collectible sex toys, but it was weird.
Yeah.
Collectible sex toys. Is that?
Romantic enhancement aids, but in the versions of. So, for example, do you want a massive rubber Thor's lightning bolt sort of thing? Like,
Now you said it.
Lots of tentacles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots
there
of-
was lots of
lots of
tentacles.
hentai.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you guys picked up anything this week?
Do you want me to go first for you, Dan? Because I've only got 2 things.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
And then you can.
I've only got a couple, but yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
First of all, from last week, I opened my Geralt Witcher figure.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So,
What's the posability like?
McFarlane, so nothing.
So that
So it's solid then.
It's, yeah, pretty much. He is solid.
no points of articulation. His sword doesn't even come out.
Well, it does, but it's a very girthy
Yeah.
Ooh,
sword, and I'm afraid his little
you've
hands.
got little hands.
Get the hairdryer on it, mate.
So I'm really scared to put it in there. But yeah, typical McFarlane. Like every time I move a joint on it, I think it's going to fall off. But it's still cool. I love the TV series.
I find the Storm figures a bit like that. I collect Storm collectibles again for the Street Fighter line, and you pay so much money. If you pay 110, 120 pounds for a figure, I don't want to have to give it a bath or heat it up or I'd save that for Valentine's Day. I don't want to have to get it going. Just let me get it out of the packet and be there.
We got the same thing with Four Horsemen stuff, haven't we? It's like, it's brilliant, it's amazing, it's expensive, and you get it, and you're like, if I bend this one, it's gonna snap. So
yeah, and because there's so many articulation, you can kind of put them in a position that you can never quite get them back from. Is that just me? Like, that the shoulder never quite goes back to what it should be like.
Never square again.
Yeah.
But what worries me about them is that you do try and pose them, and you get them past that point of like no return, and then you just got one like really loose leg or arm that just doesn't.
Yeah.
But anyway, there you go. Geralt Rivia.
Nice.
Cool. The other thing I've got to show off. Now, I've actually forgotten to show this off for the last 2 live streams, so I apologise. But if any of you out there follow my social media and followed my trip to Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, I managed to get this from a pub.
I meant to ask you about this. Were you just sort of in there and chatting to somebody and go, "Yeah, I'll buy that"?
Pretty much. So we were in some crazy kind of like, I wouldn't even call it like a tap house or anything. They just did fun. It's called Hobo's Kiosk in Liverpool. So yeah,
did somebody turn up crazy with that and just like go up to the hot plate and they bought their own dinner tray?
It's even got its own little bits at the back there to like
pull
down.
So tray.
Nice.
So, yeah.
See, this is where people will be like, "Oh man, that's wicked!" Like, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I don't know why. I think it reminds me of like childhood, and it's bringing like, oh, I mean, it is cool. And in fact, it's got its legs. It's wicked, and the artwork's great. But there's something about it that reminds me of being like 8, and I don't like it, mate.
See, I like the story that comes along with it. That's what makes it for me. The fact that Aaron had the audacity just to go and ask the bloke who owned the bar, "Can I buy this from you?"
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. I was just staring at it on the wall. He had loads of quirky stuff up on there, like and he had some like vintage Star Wars figures but like dolls and stuff that were like painted, and it was just really quirky.
I'll tell you one thing, mate. You probably won't ever see one again.
Yeah,
I've never saw one before.
Never.
I mean, it probably says a lot about my adolescence, but it looks like a rolling tray to me. That's
a really big one.
I'm glad you said it. I was thinking the same thing.
It's even got little hot rock marks at the top in the top corner.
It's probably what it's been used. It's probably what it's been used for like the last 20 years.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
The cardboard tag on the back's got a corner missing.
Yeah. Anyway, it was actually made in England, though.
Yeah.
Masked Rider. That's cool.
Icarus Housewares created it. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty random. Bought it from a pub in Liverpool and had to spend the rest of the night walking around with it.
The good thing as well is you could put that behind, like at the back of something, and it's a nice display.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit too big for the Deltoffs. But, yeah, I know what you mean. It will go somewhere, and it could be like out the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, happy with that. So,
cool.
Yeah. But like you said, guys, the story behind it is more impressive than the actual.
What was the score, mate?
Well, the price.
No, didn't you go to Liverpool to watch the game?
Oh yeah, we got absolutely smashed.
No,
but Who doesn't go to Anfield and get beaten? But
Why would you support?
Brentford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's-
Someone
I was
has to.
I was going to quote Ivan Toney then, but then I might get your demonetised.
Yeah. The thing is, that with that comment, all these people getting like angry of it. You tell me one Brentford fan has not come out of Brentford after watching one of those games and gone, not said exactly the same thing.
And do you know what I want to say here? This might be a little bit controversial, but Ivan Toney was the happiest man when that Mason Greenwood news broke, because you never heard about Ivan Toney again. It was like the next day. Ivan who? I forgot.
Yeah.
Moved on.
Yeah.
And now Zuma was like, hold my cat.
Oh, Jesus.
And he felt that guy.
Callum's response there was the exact right amount of indifference towards. So, who do you support? Who is it you support? Brentford. Oh, fair enough. It's like when someone says they support Crystal Palace, you go, yeah. All right, cool.
They're like Dub soap, aren't they? They're like pH neutral. It's like,
Yeah.
nah,
Basically, you sit there and go,
it's not offensive.
They've got enough emotional turmoil in their lives to not be.
Yeah.
If Brentford were playing anyone other than the team I support, I'm happy for them to win. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's good. Yeah.
Hey, I'm an Arsenal fan. You did us first game of the season, so perfect.
Same, mate. Same.
That was the height of your season, though. First game, wasn't it? Kind of dipped a little.
Yeah.
The height of my last 2 years was selling Mesut Ozil. That was the best thing that Arsenal have done.
Yeah, absolutely. I was calling for him to go. I'm happy Aubameyang's gone. Clear that Waitsfield. Clear him out. Clear the deadline.
Agreed.
I just watch rugby.
League or Union?
Six Nations.
Oh, Union.
I don't watch anything else.
I like rugby league as well, but no. Anyway, this isn't a sports show. We're talking about toys, boys.
What are we doing? We're all nerds. We don't watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop acting like we're athletic at all. Right, Danielson.
All right. Well, I'm going straight in for sports. So a guy who has made some custom figures for me previously, wwf.customs on Instagram. Do follow him because he's a really good guy. He made me the Wild Man, Mark Merrow, also known as one of my favorite 90s wrestlers for WCW, Johnny B. Bad.
Dan, I meant to ask you when I saw this come up on Instagram, is his weapon a parasol? Because that's what it looks like.
It's just like a big fluff. It's like a big fluffy stick that he had.
Oh, okay.
And when he beat people, he had because it was a little, it's a little bit not controversial. Mark Merrow is very much a white man.
Okay.
And he very, very, very much bronzed up to become Johnny B. Bad. But when he beats someone, he has like a glittery lip stickers. He used to slap that on their face. So like, I thought it was brilliant because it was a Little Richard thing, obviously. So it's Johnny B. Bad. So I'm really happy with that. And the gents that WWF Customs is he threw in a little free honky tonk that he'd painted up in his
very nice.
And it's green and gold. So there we go. So that's very nice. Not a purchase, but a really weird find. I'm probably going to ruin Andy's thunder because I'm going to give this to him for free on Sunday. I found a bag of bits, just a general like lightsabers, blasters, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Your normal bag of weaponry and bits and pieces. And this was in it. Now,
Dan, is that a Bengali hammer?
This is a Bengali hammer, but we are sorry, my light here is terrible. Hold on. I'm turning.
Let's just say it's not the light that's making it look white.
No, it is. It's a Bengali hammer, 100%. But having discussed this with the lads, we are of the opinion that this is a resin cast.
Yeah.
Of a Bengali, because the Bengali hammer is obviously blue.
I was going to say it isn't the original one blue.
It is, and I think it's unlikely that we have come across a prototype. I think it's just it's a really good resin cast.
Get Mark Cordona on the phone.
Yeah, right. But how you would prove either way what it was, I don't really know. So I'm going to say it's a resin cast of the Bengali hammer.
Chat's going off.
That is headed to.
I'd let eBay decide, mate.
Nah, if anyone in the chat,
99
did they make a a white version of the Bengali. I don't think they did. I think it's blue. I think this is a resin cast. It's not a 3D print. I think it's a cast, and it's going to Andy anyway because he has a Bengali who is hammerless, who is about to get this. So, bit of a weird one that popped up in a bag that we came across. What else did I get? Okay, so if he's still in the chat, Benny Boy, thank you. I said last week for letting me have these. They turned up, and I absolutely love them. So someone on one of the Facebook groups was saying these, and I jumped all over it, and I absolutely love it. They are big spitballs, like squirt balls, and we have Ren.
Oh, nice.
Complete with his sucker and whatnot, and Stimpy.
Nice.
Again, complete with his sucker. So Ren and Stimpy, big
Are
old
they 90s?
Oh yeah, very much so.
Is Ren choking?
It does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, so Ren's choking on something.
Was it Bill from Kill Bill? Was
it? he's David Carradine himself. Yep. I mean, it's the way to go, guys. We know this.
Oh yeah.
Nickelodeon hasn't got a date on it, but there we go. Ren and Stimpy. So thank you, Ben Boy, for because he was in there first and he allowed me to take these. So I appreciate that. And then lastly, my big box of knockoff German Mad Balls turned up.
Awesome.
I shan't show them all because there was 10 of them, but I pretty much bought the whole 10 for 3 in particular, which is this one, which is the Bash Brain knockoff, and I'm now collecting this particular mold. I have 5.
Was that the same one that came in various colours?
They all come in various colours, mate. They are proper pound shop jobs.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the Bash Brain knockoff. Anyone's got these knocking around, I take them off your hands because I'm collecting this particular mold. This one, which I just really liked, it's like a weird cheeky devil.
It's a bit cat-like as well, isn't it?
It is quite feline. It's the high cheeks, I think, and the
eyes.
Yeah,
and the mustache.
The skull face knockoff, but I just really like the colours. It's got a lot going on with the colours, that one. So that's pretty cool. And then the worst one of them all. So this is the proper Mad Ball. I've had this since my childhood. This is the ARG Mad Ball, which is a good Mad Ball, and this is the dodgy funny ball knockoff of the ARG Mad Ball. So, just if you know, what's that meme like when you order it on Wish?
Yeah, it looks like they've taken the colours from Screaming Mimi though.
Yeah, bizarrely. But I mean, it's not comparable with regards to the quality. But yeah, there you go. That's the ARG knockoff. So
that is cool.
Yeah, there we go. Mad Balls, all over them. Yeah, and that's what I got this week. But I'm well happy with them too.
Anything Nickelodeon, I'm all over it.
Big time.
Shameless plug. But if you like Nickelodeon, my pickups video next week, I've got some really cool.
We're all about the shameless plugs.
I'm a Rugrats guy, so.
Okay, we're going to plug away, mate. We're going to plug away. So we got some questions, I think, Aaron, for the guys.
Yeah, I was going through the questions and I found some.
Before you jump into that, Callum, have you heard the Rugrats fan theory about that it's all a figment of Tommy's dad's imagination?
No,
Angelica's imagination. I think that they're all.
It's Angelica's, isn't it? Like she's
yeah. All the other kids are basically dead. And like Tommy's dad's constantly inventing stuff because his son's died and he never got to play with toys with him. So he's just always inventing new stuff. And the only reason she can't understand Dill is because he's the only one that's real. It's very weird and twisted, but it kind of makes sense when you read it.
Well, I'm sort of pre-Dill. I lost faith after the, when the film came out and they started singing. I wasn't ready for them to start singing. Like,
no, I wasn't.
And I feel like they reference that in the Hey Arnold film, because in the Hey Arnold film, they start to sing right at the start, and then I see either Gerald or Arnold, they're like, there's no singing in this film.
And sack it off, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that's one for Hey Arnold. Do you know what? I'm going to go and grab something, right? I'll get my own channel. Wait there 1 second.
Here we go.
Right.
Ben, on that line, I like all that sort of stuff. Like, but do you might not be quite old enough. Do you remember the Raggy Dolls?
The name rings a bell, but
so,
if I saw a picture of it, I might know what it was.
The Raggy Dolls, like basically, it's not too far of a stretch, but the thesis on that is that they all have like serious sort of mental illnesses, but they're all like sad sack and which would be like depression and think it's called Mix About or Turn, but it's like body dysmorphia and stuff. And you're like, oh, this is heavy for children.
Yeah.
What you got, Dave?
Just a quick shout out to Dream Warrior who's in the chat. Hello. And Blast from the Past. MTS, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you there.
Hey.
So, yeah, carry on.
Are you finished, Dan?
Yeah, no, go for it, man. We're just talking about raggy dolls.
All right. Big screen this up. Come on. Let's go for this.
Big screening.
Come on, Mr. Technology.
Is he frozen?
Sorry, I was reading comments. I'm trying to find questions.
Big screen, Callum.
Right, this is an Australian exclusive. And I just want to say I paid more for this than a grown man should pay for Rugrats. But this is the complete 1 to 9 DVD set.
Yeah.
No.
That's amazing.
We never got this in the UK. There's no like complete collection. There's just like individual series. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, this was an Australian exclusive. And the person that was selling it said something like, paid £110 for it. Couldn't use it because it's like Region 6 DVD or something like that. And then it was up for like, I don't know, £70. I kept watching it. Eventually I got it for like £45.
Nice.
And I thought to myself, well, it's going to cost me because I'm going to have to get like another DVD player that can play it. Got it home, popped it in my PS2, worked straight away, immediately. I'm on season 4.
Love that.
Wicked.
I'm on season 4 right now, and I've just been sitting in my room on my own at night when everyone's in bed, living
Smashing through
the wife's
living my
left
best life. Yeah, 182 episodes.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? It's just as good as I remembered.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was very happy with it, and it's like mint as well. So really happy.
A little top tip for anyone watching. Most of my DVDs, especially my cartoons, are all American because Adult Swim are annoying like that. All of my DVD players in the house are unlimited regions because I took them into the Sony shop many years ago. Gave the guy a tenner. He went round the back, brought them back out, and went done. And they just go blip, blip, they do something to it, and they unregion them if they still do that. But yeah.
But I think Google was having me on because Google said I typed in like the name of my DVD player. I say the name's a serial number. He ain't got a name. Dave. Dave, the Samsung Blu-ray player. And it says like, type in open, press 1. Honestly, I was there for hours doing all this. I think they're just having me on because nothing happened. Yeah. It was like, when you was a kid and you were trying to get the Nude Raider cheat on Tomb Raider. You were doing all this weird like stuff. And Mrs. was just looking at me like, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But about an hour later of opening and closing the tray, nothing happened. But luckily it worked on the PlayStation 2. So
nice.
Yeah, there is a code that does it, or it's a switch inside of something. But I swear to God, it was like like an old school swinging door that that goes boom, 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 boom. I gave this guy my DVD player. He walked out of the swinging door and it hadn't stopped swinging. By the time he came back, he's like done. I'm like, tenner.
It's like that gif of Grandpa from The Simpsons when he walks into the restaurant, hangs his coat up, turns around, puts it back on, and goes back out again.
Yeah, whatever the guy did, it was like, there we go.
Yeah.
And I was like, geez.
That's what happened to me when I took my Amazon stick to this guy, and I thought to myself, like, he could have pretended it was harder work. Like, yeah, that's it. It's like the N64. You just have to break off like a plastic bit inside, and you can play like Japanese games. There's just like 2 little bits of plastic. You can literally snap them off.
Yeah, it's the opposite of old school cassette tapes, isn't it? We used to have to put sellotape over the end so you could.
Yeah.
Crazy. Right, we have a few comments for Mr. Retro. Lost one of them, but this was the first one. The second one I saw. I will find the first one. But a question for Retro Ghetto and Bugsy Toy Box. What are the Grail action figure toys that you desire?
Callum, I'll let you go first. I'm going to have a think.
Thanks.
Unless you want me to go first. I've got a couple if you want a second.
Yeah, you go.
Well, I've said it on the stream a couple of times. The giant Rocksteady. to sort of complete my run of 6 of those. And I quite like the sumo turtles. I don't know whether anybody's seen those, but they're stupidly hard to find, and they're always damaged if you can find them. But they're pretty cool.
I'm always looking for sumo turtles for you. Okay,
Sorry, Dan.
I'm
always
looking out for the sumo turtles for you since you said that. So
they run about 200 odd quid for a loose one with no accessories. So it's more than I'm willing to drop on a figure like that.
Spicy.
Yeah,
it's spicy prices.
Yeah, I don't have a Grail as such. It's more just like, completing sets.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's a Grail because I'm not in a rush. It's part of the journey, isn't it? Once you've got everything, it's boring, isn't it? But I know we spoke before. Me and Dad have spoken a couple of times about the Mezco gangster line, and I think we both need the mob boss, don't we?
The Don Giovanni, whatever he's called.
Yeah, the Don himself. And there's like black and grey variants as well, isn't there?
They're like 300 quid though, man. Like, what's irritating is you could pick up all 3 of those figures for like 25 quid each.
Yeah, I managed to get the other 2 cheap. Yeah, just patience. I paid about 25 quid.
But not anymore. Not anymore. They've definitely got. But all Mezco stuff, it seems like Mezco are that weird company that as soon as they stop making it, give it 5-10 years, and it's like it's straight up in price.
And then the other one again, Mezco. I collect the Mezco Biggie figures. And I've got 3. So I've got white suit, black suit, and then that blue jumper. But there's an SDCC exclusive, which is like basically from the Juicy video where he's got like the yellow bad boy basketball jersey on. It's like £300, and I'm not buying it for that, And then apart from that, the only other figures that I've seen, I've never even come close to, are the Clash of the Titans figures. I think there's an American company. There's like a big Medusa. I can't remember what company makes it. I've spoke to Andy about it a couple of times.
Andy picked one up recently, didn't he?
Say that again.
Andy picked one up recently, didn't he?
There's a bigger ones. There's like
okay.
I don't know if they came out after the fact. I think they're relatively newish.
They're
very expensive, very high detail. You're talking like to get them imported, you're looking £300, £400. They're really nice pieces.
I still want an original Clash of the Titans Kraken. But in the same as Ben, we were talking about like the original Alien Big Chap. The more you look into it, you're like, they're amazing, but they do like perish. They like disintegrate, like the rubber joints. So you just think, I don't know. But the new stuff you're talking about, Callum, it is very nice. The Clash of the Titans stuff, real nice.
I wish I'd had my Hydra to hand for this Mattel Hercules line. That was a Grail that I managed to get. It's just a huge toy, and you pull it the back, and the head comes off, and 3 more Hydra heads come out.
That's wicked.
It's honestly, it's one of the best toys I've ever had my hands on. It's phenomenal. And again, they've become very sought after. You don't see them. When you do, it's £100 plus. But if anyone sees one in and around £100, I'd buy it because they're going north. And they're very, very nice toys. Very nice toys.
You don't see Hercules stuff. You see the McDonald's toys. But the stuff you've shown, you just don't see it around that much.
I've never seen a Hercules figure that isn't a McDonald's toys at a toy fair. I don't think I've seen. Maybe I've seen Phil. Maybe once. Maybe I've seen a Phil. But that's it. I've not seen anything else.
A lot of those Disney toys don't come up too often. Like I see the Lion King ones quite a lot. But I remember when I was a kid, I had like an Aladdin figure. The Mattel Disney figures, they don't, like you said, they don't come up too often. Except
a lot of things I collect, don't seem to find. Like Sota Street Fighter toys, you just don't see them anymore.
When you do, they're like 50-60 quid.
Yeah, it's silly money. And I talked about posability before. They are the worst toys. They've aged terribly. Their legs are like, like Joe Swanson on Family Guy when they stand him up. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
You know Birdie, the character Birdie, who's like huge up top and then skinny legs. They didn't do anything to sort of even pretend he was going to stand up. He's just got like 2 pieces of string. And I don't know what to do with him. You just prop him up in the corner against the wall and put figures around it. But yeah, very difficult figures to stand up.
Yeah. But annoyingly, I think the physicalities and face sculpts of the state of the art ones are probably my favourite in the in the original. Not necessarily from 3 onwards, but certainly Street Fighter 2. They just do really good looking figures.
And they pumped them out. There's so many variants. Whereas Storm Collectibles, it takes them 18 months to put one figure out, doesn't it? And they put so many out, Soda did, which is great for collectors.
Yeah, definitely. Dave World Toys has asked, what do you collect?
I collect everything. Last time I was on here, I showed a giant cola bottle. It's mostly video games. Normally, I'm sat in front of my backdrop of video games, Super Nintendo. But yeah, primarily I collect video games. But I think toys and video games have become so sort of.
They go hand in hand, don't they?
They do. If you go to I feel like you're doing well if you only collect one, right? Because every video game shop I go to, there's toys there, and every toy shop I go to, there's video games.
Yeah.
Video games are my first love. I said to you guys when I was on the show before briefly that I'm knowledgeable in video games. I know my stuff. Whereas with toys, I just buy a physical embodiment of things that I like.
Yeah.
I don't know the history of the manufacturer and all that kind of stuff like you guys do. I don't have an allegiance to one company or another. I just buy
what you like,
a physical representation of a game I like, or a film I like, or a series that I like, and that's how I collect toys, really. And I don't put them in box. It's just to display them. It's just literally to look at them.
I've been recently remembering that some of the sort of retro style video games that I used to enjoy, that I consider to be some of the best games, are also basically impossible. Like Alien 3, hard. Earthworm Jim is no joke.
That was super hard.
No joking game.
Do you know why they did that?
Go on.
Back then there was a big blockbuster culture. And I heard that the reason it was so difficult is they didn't want you to hire a game for a weekend and complete it, because then you're never going to buy it. That's the theory.
Makes sense.
Basically, they didn't want you to be able to just smash through it in a day or two.
Yeah. But even going back, so like on the Jaguar, we've got like Aliens versus Predator. Terrible graphics. But before that, I hate being like, oh, you guys are young. You might not remember the frustration of playing the original Ghosts and Goblins. I stay clear of that game. I've got a friend who's got a channel, One Credit Classics, and he's a wizard. Yeah. He's like, he runs through them without dying and stuff. Mate, this game, Aaron and Ben, if you're not aware of Ghosts Ghosts and Goblins, and I think it was Ghouls and Goblins, was second, whatever it is. You're a little dude in armor. It's the side scroller. You're a little dude in armor, a little knight, and you're running along, and you get hit once, and you lose your armor down to your boxer shorts. You get hit twice, you're dead.
And not only that, you get to the end of the game, and you can complete the game. You have to do it again.
Yeah. It's rock solid. So you just think all these games. So the ones I enjoy throwing on now are things like Metal Slug and stuff, where you just have unlimited lives.
Yeah, just for fun, isn't it? But the thing is, I got more enjoyment. That's why I still go back to retro games now. I tend to play like a modern game, like a big open world game, and then I'll dip into like retro. But I get more a sense of achievement with older games.
Oh yeah.
It takes no skill to beat Uncharted. You just have to play it for 6 hours, right? It's good fun. Enjoy it, but you don't have to be good at it. You just have to play it. Yeah. Whereas some of the older games, it's like an achievement to get through it.
But getting past level 4 on R-Type, you're telling your friends about that. So, Callum, I've got a question for you. What's the best SNES game, and why is it Donkey Kong Country?
I've got the most nostalgia for Donkey Kong Country.
Love that.
But in terms of a car, I can't look past Mario All-Stars. You've got like four games off one car. I mean,
I was a bit later on in life when I started to look into the backstory. I never questioned Donkey Kong Country as to why you ended up fighting a giant crocodile that threw like bananas and stuff at you. And it's actually the whole game is based on the trade war, like the banana war, the real life tax banana war that went on with like Colombia or something. It's again, if you ever be bothered, read about the backstory behind the actual characters and gameplay.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's weird. And you go, oh right, that's why I'm a donkey, a gorilla fighting a giant wasp and stuff. It's what a game. What a game.
I've got a 3-year-old, so I have to try to explain to him that he's got a gorilla, but it's called Donkey Kong, but it's not a donkey. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys have got kids, but he's caught the collecting bug from me already. Like, that's cool. So you know, like when I'll read him a bedtime story, and then at the end of the book, there's like the 6 other books from that author, right? and he'll go through it like, got that one. Oh, I need that one, Daddy. And then you see him arranging all his books in like on the floor from like the same author and stuff. And we do this thing called Daddy Day, which makes it sound like I don't live with him. What I do, when I'm there at work, we have Daddy Day, and because I'm out hunting every day, it's basically charity shops, but he calls it secret shops because I used to tell him, "Don't tell your mum, it's a secret," right?
Yeah.
And then he came home one day and went, "Mum, we've been to the secret shop." So it's always been charity shops are secret shops now. But that's all he wants to do. If he has a day off, I'm like, "Do you want to go soft play?" He's like, "Let's go secret shops."
So Rise right now is probably going mad. Like he's screaming internally.
Oh
So,
man,
we just go hunting at charity shops, and that's what he loves to do. So I don't know if I've done this to him. I feel like I've infected him with this disease, but
you're cultivating an expensive monster there, my friend. But
yeah, at the moment it's all right because it's happy with like a £1 McDonald's toy that we find in a bargain bin somewhere. But it's not going to last forever like that.
No, he'll be like, right. So let's talk about hot toy statues now. Oh.
Yeah, let's talk about some rent.
Get a job, Callum. Son.
Yeah.
Get a job.
Yeah.
Just a quick one. Dave the Collector, if you're still in the chat, yes. Me, Ben, and Dan will be at Kempton. Ben, you probably have Battle Beasts, wouldn't you?
We might have a couple. I have literally just had a text from a friend of mine who I saw last night who was just tested positive for COVID. So I might not be there on Sunday. Obviously, I will test every day. And if anything means I can't go, I won't go. But I'm hoping I'm still going to be all right. I mean, I feel perfectly fine.
I think
we have got some, I think, yeah.
Andy is currently supposed to be there, but he might have a work situation. But if Andy is there, then there absolutely will be Battle Beasts.
He's definitely got Battle Beasts. Yeah.
But we'll have to see.
If Andy's going to be there, I might have to come myself.
Yeah.
Let me at him. Let me at him.
Holding him back. Holding himself back. This toy fair is not as busy as I thought it would be. It'd be easy to fight him. Holding myself back.
He's actually really nice in person.
Yeah.
How could I be angry at him? Going back to the Bengali hammer, could be an unpainted hardcore resin prototype.
Hard copy resin. It genuinely could be because there's no. Basically, this is not a 3D printed. I can say that.
It's too well sculpted to be anything other than a resin.
Yeah, but there's no. It wouldn't surprise me if this was a prototype. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a prototype, but it wouldn't surprise me because when I show you guys on Sunday, all being well, you'll go, it is the real thing apart from it's the different color. Is the reality. But I'm
assuming there's like Instagram groups that can specialize in this kind of stuff. I follow like an Instagram account of somebody that collects like weird Lego bricks. You know, that have got like two colors mixed together and there must be somebody out there that's detailing these kind of things.
What you may know about me, my friend, is I am aggressively lazy. So what I'm going to do I'm going to make this Andy's problem, and he can do all the research he wants to on it when I give it to him.
Yeah.
And then when it's worth $5,000, I'll have it back.
Good for him if it's worth $5,000. Yeah. The thing is with Andy, if it's worth $5,000, he'd be like, well, I can't sell it. Then my Bengali won't have a hammer.
To be fair, he won't care if it's real or not. He would just like the fact that it's got an accessory, wouldn't he?
He doesn't want to spend £100 on a weapon for a figure. So this is like, but if it turns out to be something cool, then if he sells it one day, we'll just split it or something. I don't know. Who knows?
You can buy you a Red Bull melon.
It didn't cost me anything, so it's fine.
Retro Chef, you still in the chat? Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Ollie, Callum might have just put a damper on your PS2.
Australia is regional 4, yeah.
Is the same as
if that is the case, then I got a bargain on eBay because I was sold it under the pretense that I couldn't watch it. So
well, it also makes no sense. It means the guy that sold it didn't have a Region 2 DVD player. So what's that about?
The thing is, sat in storage, I've got a huge Bang & Olufsen, like Avant 32-inch, and it's got like a DVD in the top. It's such a nice TV.
Yeah.
And like the DVD like opens up from the top of the TV. So I'm hoping it's going to work in that. Because I mean, Rugrats, with, you know, that sound blasting out. I mean,
Da, 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 da,
Did
da,
you,
da, da.
can you not remember
ever
the
play the
song? Do you
game?
remember there was like an R&B version of that song came out?
Oh, probably.
Mace Maya, maybe there was like there was an Rugrats R&B. I'm not going to sing.
I'm pretty sure the Goldie Looking Chain have sampled it for at least one of their tunes. But...
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Crazy. Did you ever play the Rugrats game on the PlayStation?
Yeah.
That was good. I used to love that and the Toy Story 2 one.
Yeah, I played Rugrats. I think the Game Boy version. I'm pretty sure there was a Game Boy version.
I remember the Toy Story level where you were in the was it Pizza Planet, where you were in like the burger box and the drink, and you had to like stop.
Yeah.
And the people coming past them. Yeah, good times, man. It was more innocent back then, wasn't it? Like an innocent time.
Oh,
well, not anymore. Not now. Ben's explained that it was the coping mechanism of
really?
Yeah, you know, right?
Wow.
Well, my lad showed me up the other day. Was in CEX, and I was in there talking to the manager, and he came over, and obviously he can't read. He's 3, and he came over and went, "Daddy, look, it's Far Cry." And I was like, "Oh." And the people were like, "How does he know about Far Cry?" And I was like, "Oh shit, right." True story. I was playing in the room Far Cry, and he came in, and I thought, well, he'd be all right to watch it a little bit, right? And it was fine. He was loving it. Oh, these are the bad guys. He's obsessed with good guys and bad guys, right? Everything's very black and white to him. And there was this one level where we had to go and get these bears, and there was these like sort of like ravaged bears that we had to go and kill. It was all good. He was loving life. He went to bed that night. My missus put him to bed, and he was like, he woke up about half an hour later, like, "Mommy, the bears, the bears." I was sat downstairs like, fucking hell.
Shit.
And
Don't mention it.
So nightmares about bears. So there's my Father of the Year award gone out the window.
So, Daddy Day was postponed for that week.
Yeah. So then he was like, "Could play Far Cry?" I was like, "No, I finished it, mate." Finished.
I finished it, mate. But I'm starting Grand Theft Auto if you're interested in it.
Yeah. Let's go and pick some prostitutes up.
Get some good. I'll tell you how to get your money back.
Yeah, the trick is you don't have to pay.
Life lessons.
Viper asks, have you, Callum, got one of the 1-Up arcade machines?
Yeah, I have. I've got the Pac-Man one. Originally, I bought the Street Fighter one. I was impatient. I really wanted Pac-Man because Pac-Man's one of them timeless games that I want to play on an arcade machine. You know, I don't want to play it with a controller.
No.
And it's beating your high score. It's one of them games you're never going to get tired of.
You want a little joystick?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the plug-in blades, can't you? So I always wanted the Pac-Man one, but I bought Street Fighter because that's the one that I think it was Costco had first. And obviously, I'm a massive Street Fighter fan, but it just wasn't very good. You know, games like that, you need the controller to be up to scratch. It needs to be on point.
Yeah.
So I sold that, and then they got the Pac-Man. So now I've got the Pac-Man one. So yeah, they're a bit controversial. I think some people don't like them. I think they are.
My missus Callum is big gamer. She used to work for Sega and other gaming companies, places like that. So she's owned several full size. You know, she builds motherboard or used to build motherboards and all that sort of stuff. Like there is talk. Well, she would be much more interesting than me about games, but there is a little bit of a little chatter. Aaron, I sent you guys a picture, didn't I? That we are thinking about at some point when we clear the space and whatever, buying a Namco Rambo, you know, like the Time Crisis, but the Rambo one.
Nice.
Yeah. Because she knows how to maintain, calibrate, and fix them. Otherwise,
that's exactly what I was going to say. If you're going to buy one of them machines, you've got to know what you're doing. Everybody I know that buys an arcade machine, like an original one, they're loving life for like 3 months, and then 3 months later, they're like drying clothes because the gun don't work anymore, and no one's got a clue how to fix it.
That's my thing. Like I've always wanted a House of the Dead, but the shotgun version one.
Yeah.
But exactly that. I'm like, as soon as it's out of calibration, and she's like, I can fix that. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get a Namco gun game at some point.
I'd like a candy cab, you know, like the Japanese sort of sit down, and then you can get your own. Yeah. You can replace the games and stuff in them, but they're very, very expensive.
And she'd buy a DDR machine, like a proper.
Yeah.
If we had the space for one, yeah, like a big one. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. But that would mean I might have to do some exercise of some description, and that's not going to happen ever.
So, Callum, are you playing anything at the moment? Is there like a go-to game?
Yeah, at the moment I'm playing a game called Darksiders 2. I'm playing on the Xbox One. It came out originally on the Xbox 360. It's just one of the random games that just popped in, and then I've been playing it ever since. I'm a bit weird with games though, because I've got a big backlog. You know, and you just feel it like weighing down on your back. Like I never do DLC, I never do all the missions because I've got so many games that sort of like eat away at me that I need to play. But I'm really enjoying this one. I'm taking my time with it. So yeah,
I've got the same thing with games, but also with like TV shows and films and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I had a revelation like not that long ago, and I'm nearly 40, guys, and this came to me like maybe less than a year ago. I went, oh, I haven't got to do any of this.
No,
so
that's true.
I just deleted it. It's on my watch list. It's on my save list. And I'm like, I've got games that I bought and they're still in there. I bought like Far Cry 2 and Fallout 3, and we're talking a long time ago, and never. And one day, and then you go, actually, probably not. I'm probably not, guys. Breaking it to you, I'm probably not going to watch Stranger Things. I know, I'd love it, etc. But it's all right. It's all right.
What gets me now, we live in a world where everywhere you go, somebody tells you've got to watch this. And you know what? I can't even pretend anymore that I'm going to. I used to do that whole thing like, oh, yeah. Now I just look at them dead in the face and just say no.
Yeah.
No.
That's the thing.
I can't be bothered anymore. I can't be bothered with the pretense. And then you see him a week later. Did you watch it? No.
I told you I wasn't going to, and I haven't.
Yeah. I watched Sopranos for the 6th time. Leave me alone, all right? I'm watching the Rugrats on season 4.
I was going to say, I'm watching my 90s cartoons like an adult. Yeah. Leave me alone.
But it's interesting what you say, though. Like, you don't have to do it because there's been times where we're all adults, right? Physically, anyway. Yeah. And it kind of, I don't get the time I want to play my video games, and I buy so many that when I do get free time, I feel like I should be playing the game. And then sometimes I feel like I don't have to. Like, do you know what I mean? I can just sit in front of the telly with my hand in my pants. It's not. You could
just not. But that's quite liberating when you truly accept that. Yeah. It's not like you're not letting yourself down by not doing something you think you should do. Yeah.
But then the other game I'm playing at the moment, to answer your question, it's very much just like a casual pick-up play thing. Because currently it's in the conservatory. I've got like an Xbox 360 store display kiosk.
Nice.
And I've been playing Pro Evo. I've gone back to the Master League, the old days with Costolo and Jimenez and all the made-up players that you start with. Yeah. So I'm having fun when football games were good, right? So yeah.
Sensible soccer. That was the best game.
Is that the case you can like fight with the ref or something, get sent off?
No, you can't fight the ref.
There was one of them you can like. There was like a glitch where you could press
slide
tackle.
I think there was one where you slide the ref. Yeah, I think that was might be early, like ISS days. There's one where you could run away from the ref as well. If you got a red card, you can just keep running.
It's the cheat code. It's the Zidane mode where you just start nutting people.
Yeah. Did you play Fever Pitch?
No.
Yeah, some of the players have like special moves like shoulder barge and things like that. Yeah.
Have you? Sorry, Aaron.
It's like the old FIFA games where like the skill button was just like you hold one trigger down.
Yeah.
So you can literally just pass it to your goalkeeper and run the goalkeeper out. Just hold like the left trigger. And like he just like kind of shimmies to one side and no one can tackle him.
I was so staunch for Pro Evo that even though I knew FIFA was better, there was like an overlap. For years I knew FIFA was better, but I just couldn't do it. I was like, I'm going to play my Pro Evo. There's no one online. I couldn't bring myself to switch. But then I just got out of it completely. It's just not pay to play, right? I can't pay that much money and invest that much time to just be angry. That's basically what online football games did to me. So I just stopped. I've got enough of that in Arsenal. I don't need any more.
Yeah. Me and my mate used to play like we'll pick teams from like 1-star teams and play like against each other because we always found it more fun to have players that are like dead after 40 minutes.
Yeah,
or like we would like pick like a Barcelona, Real Madrid, but we'll go down all the subs and bring in like all the B players into it.
But that was a good old days. I used to sit, the sort of the in-betweener stage, right, where you've left school. We were sat in smoke-filled rooms playing Pro Evo, and it was just like brutal. Like people just cheap shotting you in the ribs, and winner stays on. And if the champion had the good chair, which was like a garden chair, and if that was the good chair, you could see what the challenger was sitting in. Yeah, brutal time.
Penalties were like
Yeah,
that, so no one could see what you're doing.
I used to like let them see. I pretend I wasn't looking, and I'd hold the wrong direction, and then like switch it on them. Like try and mind games.
I tell you what, some of these people couldn't live with the old 360 days of the Xbox Live and the party chats.
Yeah, well, they don't even see each other nowadays, do they? Just go home and go online. Back in my day,
mate, you used to have to bring several consoles around the same place and sit back
LAN
to back.
parties.
LAN parties.
Yeah.
You said that, Dan. I was doing that when I was younger.
Yeah, but I'm talking about connecting up your Game Boy to someone else's with the
and pulling the cable out halfway through the transfer of Pokemon, so you both got it.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
Yeah. That was the days.
Too old for Pokemon, mate.
Me and my friend recently got into Pokemon, like, I don't know, probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And I was doing Pokemon Red and he was doing Blue. And I don't know why we thought 5 or 6 years ago we could go to Tesco and get like a multi-link cable. We're like, oh, let's switch. It was like late one night. We thought, oh, Tesco is the 24 hours. Let's go and get a cable that we need and swap Pokemon. And we got there and we realised we were asking for a Game Boy Advance SP cable surrounded by PlayStation 4s. Well, what are we doing here?
Excuse me, can you point me to the aisle? I go, I'll take you, but you need to go back to 2003 to
just next to the Betamax on the corner.
Yeah.
Not my finest.
I was talking about the Pro Evo FIFA conversation. I've always been very staunchly PlayStation, just because that's just what I've always played, PlayStation.
I've been the same.
Well, but my problem with the Xbox was I didn't like the size of the controllers. I always felt that I feel like the best controller ever made is the Super Nintendo with regards to ergonomics, but the PlayStation controller is a close second to me. Yeah. And I always thought the Xbox controller was too big. But it just so happens that one of my favorite games of all time, and you're probably all going to go, ugh, but it's a game called Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. I love them, but they're only available on the Xbox. So I play it with Hannah, and I'm like, oh, these controllers are really quite manageable.
Oh, they're very nice. I think in a lot of ways, Xbox has overtaken PlayStation.
So I'm told, but I'm
with the Game Pass and all that kind of stuff. I'm the same as you. Like, I'm a stalwart to some extent. I'm not one of these guys that's online arguing with people.
No.
I don't really care. I've always had both. Not always at launch, but eventually I've always had both. But even playing the Xbox One recently against the PlayStation 4, whilst the slogan for PlayStation is for the players, I think Xbox is more for the players. Yeah, it's just a lot seamless. The interface, you can go out of one app into another. I think PlayStation's got a bit lapse, a little bit took the foot off the gas, maybe.
Well, I think I was also conflating my irritation with the controller with the old N64 controller. Yeah. And that brought back memories of getting murdered at GoldenEye around my friend's house. And I don't know, all these things went on, and I was like, Xbox is rubbish, but it really isn't. It's very good.
Yeah. Bugsy be an odd job. That was how it used to be.
Well, in where I used to go, it was the guy owned the game, so therefore knew where all the respawn points were, knew where the body armor was, and whether they would tell me or not, I don't know. Maybe you can clear this up. I've always been told it couldn't be done, but I reckon it could, and they wouldn't tell me. I cannot play. It makes no sense to me to be playing a controller and to push up and to look up. It makes no sense to me, so I have to invert that access.
Right, yeah.
But if you were flying an aeroplane and you pushed forward, you wouldn't expect to take off. You expect to go down, right? That to me, that makes sense. Forward and back.
I'm trying to work out whether I have to invert controls or not now.
I have to
invert controls. It's been a while since I've played anything.
The only games I have to do that for is like FIFA, swap to Pro Evo buttons. I have to shoot a square. I can't do the circle shoot thing.
But if you're playing a first-person shooter, like to me, that's in. If I don't invert the access, I'm that dude that's. I'm constantly trying to move forward, and it just makes me hate it. Absolutely hate it.
But I'm that guy regardless. I'm terrible at first person shooters.
I'm quite good at first person shooters. It's one of the few things I'm actually all right at. That and side scrollers.
First person shooters annoy me because I used to be really good at them. Like back in the 360 days and like Modern Warfare 2 and Halo 3 and all that sort of stuff.
Aaron, it turns out you're not a 14-year-old with the fastest internet connection in the world anymore. Like,
it turns out I can't smash like playing Modern Warfare till like 4 a.m, have 2 hours sleep, and still go to school the next day and still be a functioning person.
I did my 15 minutes. Now I've got to go for a nap.
Yeah, you know, right?
Somebody said to me once, like, there was a time when it was the last time you did that, and you didn't know it was going to be the last time.
I've seen this. And
Crazy
it makes me
thought,
sad every time someone says that.
Crazy thought. What was the last time that I did that, or had the mates round and we all played GoldenEye or whatever? Like, you didn't realise at the time that was the last time.
Yeah.
There's like a TikTok of someone doing that, and it's like basically it's just like when you say goodbye to your mates online, like everyone was like he like pretends to be all these different people. It's like, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Last
and then
time.
it just then pans to the Fast and the Furious when Don and the other just drive away and plays that song. And it's just like, oh, yeah.
We run the fields.
Yeah, the last time you were, like you think about it, like me and my mates would just like cane it, like, and we'll be in like a party together, like the whole team will just be all mates, and you just be like smashing just everyone because.
Those
days were wild though, man. Like the insults and stuff. Like 360 online, that was not the same. Like, nowadays you'd be cancelled or banned or whatever.
Yeah, you'd be kicked.
The Xbox Live party chat. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm too old.
I hear people complaining about Jimmy Carr's comedy show or Dave Chappelle. I think you weren't in that 360 era playing Call of Duty. You couldn't have been there. This is what you're offended by.
I'm too old, guys, because I still consider online gaming to be like new. I as in my gaming lifetime. I'm to this day my favorite thing gaming wise is to be playing an offline co-op. I don't like playing versus people. I like playing me and somebody else doing something with a split screen, a shared task sort of thing, like preferably first person shooter.
I got really into one of the Halos had it. And other games, they're like you're playing online multiplayer, but you're not playing. You're like different people, but you're all on like the one team. And it's like sending like waves of bad guys, and they get harder and all that sort of stuff. Kind of like zombies and all that sort of stuff. Like,
Streets of Rage, mate.
Yeah, I enjoy playing that. Like if I went online, I like playing like that sort of modes now.
What about Mario Kart with the balloons going around? That was there with the days.
Yeah,
they were the days.
Mario Party, that was a cracking game.
Mario Kart's too frustrating because obviously the game is made for this purpose, but it was too frustrating to be targeted, like because I'm the best. Toad.
Oh, don't listen, mate. No, this is my. I think I've got this written down. I've said it that many times. If you're the best, you could win.
But I get blue shelled if I'm the best because
this is why I don't play the new Mario Kart. It pisses me off. I don't care about rubber banding. Nah, I'm not with it, mate. If I'm the best, I want to lap these people. I want to see Princess Peach go past again, right? I don't want to. Yeah, it annoys me. Get good,
right? The person in the back's like, oh, here's 27 power-up mushrooms and like a minigun.
It's the rocket, and you can just jump to first place. Like,
and it really frustrates me. I always hear people say, "Oh, the new Mario Kart's the best Mario Kart ever." I think it's not.
Well,
it's not. I can't enjoy it because I'm having to almost play it in a certain way where I'm sitting back in second, trying to anticipate. I shouldn't have to do that. I should be just lapping people, right?
Graphic-wise, it's phenomenal. Don't get me wrong; it looks amazing. But as far as enjoyability,
absolutely. But it's more so the modern ones. I don't think Double Dash was like that. I don't remember the GameCube era being like that. I think there was a bit more of a challenge. At that time.
You got rewarded for being a nerd about it and learning all the little shit. You got rewarded. Punished.
It's everything that's wrong with society. Someone could write a thesis comparing Mario Kart to Gen Z. I think there's definitely something there.
The entitlement of this generation, as displayed by the Mario Kart
evolution.
Do you know what always worries me as well? And when I messaged to the guys like the other week. I went and watched a football game. I went on a supporters coach, and me and my mate were talking about gaming and everything. He's a few years younger than me, and we were talking. And he said, and this kind of epitomizes one of the things I'm scared of about playing online now. I don't want to be the person in the best YouTuber or best Twitch gamers like montage of killing someone. You know, when you see them and they're like no scope flying around and like that's you. That's someone playing.
They just randomly lob the throwing knife and you're dead.
Yeah,
he got a
and
hatchet.
you're now
directly in-
immortalised. Your gamer tag and everything's now immortalised on this guy's channel.
He respawned, and a second later took a hatchet to the taint, and now he's dead. and it was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And nowadays,
all
when they
these
kill you,
people-
they start teabagging you as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Just to further rub it in. That's the one.
and
You used to get real. Can you remember the early days of online on Pro Evo? You used to have like, before the mic chat, it was like built-in sentences. So you press up, down, left, or right, and it'd come up saying, and you could be so sarcastic. So there wouldn't be anything rude, obviously, pre-built into the game by Konami. But you could come up with things like, great shot. You know, when they do like a terrible shot.
Yeah.
And you could be so sarcastic. It was brilliant.
There's
Great shot, mate. Great shot.
There's an old Atari game, and I can't remember what it was called. It was an old Atari football game, and it had like only a certain amount of commentator like sayings, and it sounded like John Motson, but it was that kind of commentator. And to this day, it makes me laugh. And if I'm ever with my brother, we still say it. If someone like shanks the ball and it basically almost goes off for a throw-in, one of us will probably say, "If I'm not very much mistaken, I think that might have hit the post," because it didn't matter. It didn't matter where the ball went because it went through its cycle of you could smash it in your own face, and it was like, if I'm not much mistaken.
Yeah, I think we've all got them with our mates, those like pre-built-in commentary things. I remember scoring a penalty once, and the guy went, chipped it round the defence, and it's there.
yeah.
What was one of the FIFAs they used to? I think was it Clive?
5 Tillsville.
Yeah, they used to like. He used to be like when your player got like injured, and it will come up on your substitution thing. It was like broken leg, so you have to sub him off. And it's like, we'll put down to Clive, and he looks like he's going to carry on playing. He looks like he's about to run it off. And like after the game, we've got like your player's out for 6 months with a broken leg.
Well, the magic sponge didn't fix a broken bone. Wow, that's disappointing.
Quality stuff. Oh, guys,
we've talked about games a lot. We've not been on toys.
Games.
I feel this is Martin. We'll be honest.
It's all right.
It'll be a bit weird if we didn't talk about gaming with having you on.
Someone, Aaron, has asked a question for Ben that I saw, and now, yes. Sai said, yes.
Well, the toy lines apart from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has been.
Yeah, I've got a few. Toxic Crusaders, just because they sit so well with the Turtles figures. I've got Visionaries, which I'm missing 2 accessories from, and then I'm done with them. I've got a lot of minifigures of various lines, like Mighty Max stuff, Battle Beasts, Monsters in my pocket. I'm trying to complete my Series 2 of those at the moment. But because I've got everything packed away, I forget half the time what I've got and what I need to buy.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, exactly.
I need to get it all out and sort of decorate properly, get the shelves up, get the cases in, and then we should be good to go. Then I can ascertain what I'm doing. Ben, do you think you'd be buying, just because Rise just recently bought one of them and he shared it on our WhatsApp? Do you think you're going to be buying the? I'm assuming it's NECA. Apologies, not the new Frankenstein and Igor and the Turtles horror characters. They're wicked figures with a wicked amount of detail, and they do look super cool, but probably not, because I don't know whether it sort of stems from my design background and the sort of the way I illustrate and stuff, but I like the cartoony nature of the old school figures. I'm not big into any of the NECA stuff, really. I've got some of the Super 7 because it's a bit more cartoony. Yeah. But I mean, there's no denying they're wicked figures. The Raffas Frankenstein's monster is unreal, but it's just not. It doesn't fit with my collection in any shape or form. I don't think. As your collection was, having seen it in its former glory, it's so vibrant, and like you say, it's like cartoony. So something like that, it's a bit more it's like more grimy, a bit more gritty. I know what you mean. I've seen somebody put one in a case with all of their vintage stuff, so you've got all the bright colours behind it. And I don't know whether it was the lighting or what, but the figure itself then just looked super dark, and it sort of took away from the amount of detail and stuff that was in the figure. Dude, it's what I found. I was saying to the guys, it's what I found when I had my most recent kind of clear out. I had a lot of like horror figures, Spawn figures, like McFarlane, NECA,
all that sort of stuff, and you realize it's really earthy tones. It's lots of like greens and greys and dark, and nothing pops. You look at you just like, oh, it just looks like sludge. I mean, they're cool when you look at them individually, but it just looks like a line of sludge. And I was over it, man. That's why I've sold most of them, basically.
I think that's why I go for the brightly coloured stuff, because you can easily see differentiation between different lines, different figures, accessories, all of that sort of stuff, like mini figures, bigger figures, vehicles, whatever.
You got to get on the Earthworm Gym, mate. If I know you've got a couple, you got to get on them, because they'll go with the Toxies and all Playmates, isn't it?
The size wise, and as you say, Playmates made some wicked figures back in the 80s or the 90s. Really.
I think that's why cartoons go to toys so well. Like you say, the vibrancy,
100%.
the toyetic, just like pops better.
Yeah,
and that 90s aesthetic as well, the neon.
100%. Yeah, they sort of found some new colour plastic that just made it so much better.
Yeah. I am going to say with Playmates as well. I don't want to get into the minutiae of the plastics, but I've got lots of Playmates toys that are much older than a bunch of other toys I've got, and the newer toys have the rubbers started to perish. The colours are started to fade. Like there is something about the Playmates, the hard Playmates plastic, which just doesn't, and it doesn't chip easy either. I don't know. They just stay quality.
The Turtles figures, I've not seen any of them that look like they've been sat in the sun too long and got sun damage. It's only because they've physically been broken or they've been scratched and scuffed. That's the only time that they've seemed to go back. Yeah,
I've got a Playmates Link from the N64 Ocarina of Time, and that's like the colours are still there.
Yeah,
still there.
Yeah,
probably means they're really not safe to have in the house if they're still as vibrant as they were almost 30 years ago.
It's all that mercury they put in the plastic there.
I'm having quotes at the moment. I'm having quotes at the moment to build like my dream game room. And I keep having loads of builders around to quote me on like extending the garage and stuff. And they're like, say Windows. I'm like, no. And well, you might have to put one in for safety. I'm like, nah.
If I get trapped in here, mate, that's fine.
All right.
I'll get encased in a tomb of plastic and I'll be fine.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think you do have to. I think there's rules. You have to have a certain amount of windows.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Dan, following on from last week, I keep looking at the cases that you and Andy got for your 18 figures.
Yeah, man.
And debating quite how many I'm going to need for some of my turtles. So I got rid of a lot of my turtle mocks, but I've got my 10-backed Bebop and Rocksteady, my original Raph, and Raph as the Mummy. And I'm thinking they kind of need to go in these cases just for protection and preservation more than anything else. All
I'm saying is they're wicked. They're great cases. They look the business. They're a little bit pricey, but if you're going to get them all at the same time, because
save on the postage.
But the postage is like £9 for whatever. But they pack it really well.
I've got 4.
In fact, again, if you're COVID free on Sunday, and if Andy's there on Sunday, he'll be bringing down a Hasbro WWE demolition size one for me, so you can have a look at them. But they're, you've seen them. They're what people get graded and get the stickers in without the grading. But they're really good.
The Turtles ones, I think, are slightly cheaper than the 18 ones. I think they were running at about £16 each.
The 18 one is much bigger than you think, because it's the it's the 4-pack. It's like, I keep pointing like you're looking, but it's a bigger piece than the Turtles. Yeah.
When you buy these retro and you have them on card, do you not feel the pressure to look after them? Does it not take the fun away for you a little bit? I kind of feel
games currently
they have to put them in plastic and have to
they're in there.
And there's always that one time when you fall over a little bit and you put your arm out, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. We moved house with all of ours, and it was every time somebody picked something up, no, I'll pick up that. Don't touch anything in there. They're like, why?
Absolutely.
You wouldn't understand. Just leave it.
Yeah. I've got an original Nintendo sign, that vacuum form from 1990.
Oh, nice.
And honestly, mate, you can't touch it. It's from 1990, and it's just hollow plastic.
Fragile.
Yeah, but, the other night I went to unplug my TV because I'm paranoid about how many got 20 systems hooked up in there. So I always unplug. When you go on holiday, it's like I'm going on holiday every night. I unplug it. So I unplugged it, and I just lost my balance, and I put my hand on the wall, and I just felt my fingernail just brush against this Nintendo sign, and I just thought,
I can
right? It's less responsibility than looking after some of these things.
I can get on board with that because I have been in a position before where I've lost my balance and leant towards something of value that a toy or whatever, and purposely thrown myself like
your collarbone.
and like physical harm to myself to be like, well, I'll be all right. I'd probably break this to be like, nope, just going to go face first this way. Yeah, I know what you mean. The key is, guys, if you're going to be real nerdy about it, as we all are, is to have one of them mint on card in a nice case and then have one loose just in front of it.
Yeah, to be fair, I have. So for the small amount that I've got carded, yeah.
I know, yeah, your Turtles collection is quite something when it's all out and lit up and displayed.
It's just so upsetting that it's just here in tubs next to me and I can sort of kind of see bits.
Yeah.
But not enough.
Which I was going to see. They're all boxed ups. Ben, why'd you do this to us?
Yeah, I know. I can hear him crying. If I listen closely, they're just sort of crying.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not Partners in Crime? TURTLE Power. That's your new vinyl.
There's nothing worse as a collector though when you've got all your collection. At the moment, I've got some in the garage, some in storage, some at my uncle's house, some in my room. There's nothing worse than having it in different places.
Yeah.
I feel like a mummy, like with the heart somewhere, the lungs are somewhere else. I just want to survey it all in one place. It's horrible.
I semi-agree. I agree with what you're saying, but I would say it'd be worse to have it all in the same place and not have the space if you were just surrounded by everything.
So I've got like kiosks and arcade machines, and I've got a life-size Link Zelda figure that was like stored in play. I've got like I'm kind of like a go big or go home kind of collector. Yeah. But when you're living in a box room right now, it's not good.
He's the man that he buys it and then goes, I don't know where I'm going to put that.
I'll worry about that later.
Yeah, it's a later on problem.
Like buying stuff,
Awesome. Right, well, we're over the hour and a half mark. So, guys, thank you very much for coming on.
No problem at all. Thank you for having us.
Taking your evening out for being with us. Hope everyone in the chat enjoyed it.
And you, man. Hopefully we get to meet at a toy show at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like properly. I know that it's you rather than...
Yeah. Hopefully Andy won't be there.
Hopefully Andy better not be there or he's going to get one of them, isn't he?
Do you think Andy will watch this back? This will be like a good test to see if Andy actually watches this back.
Probably not. No.
It will say he will. He'll message us later on and be like, "Oh, I want to watch it tomorrow evening."
I'll catch up later.
It's like, you get comments on your video. Do you ever put like a 20-minute video out and someone comments when it's been live for 3 minutes and it says something like, great video, dude.
Especially the end. Right at the end. That was my favourite bit. The bit that I skipped all the way through.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate the comment, but yeah.
But come and make sure you check out Retro Ghetto. Well, follow Retro Ghetto on YouTube if you don't already, and check out all his videos.
I think I put the link to both Ben's and Callum's channel in below. Yes,
same with Bugsy Toy Box. You should follow that already. If you don't, get on it. And
there will be videos from us again at some point when we've got stuff to actually show people.
When you can find that step up for Sam to get to the camera height.
Yeah. I lost him inside a box last time. So
he's in one of your
movies. Crying inside your box.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I can hear. I think, is that you? Hello.
And then hopefully, all being well, myself, Aaron, Andy, Ben, and Sam, all being well, we'll all be at, and in fact, Little Warriors Foundation, Brad's going to be there, doing some charity stuff. So do come down.
I'm really hoping I can come on Sunday just so I can actually meet Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad's a good guy.
Great guy. And
he's bringing the belts
down. As well, so yeah.
Callum, the 20th of March, which is a Sunday.
Was that NEC Sunday?
That's the next NEC. Will you be coming down to
that? Hopefully, mate. I always go if I can. If I can go, I'm there. I tend to go to the NEC and Stafford. Stafford's localish to me.
Yeah.
So always Stafford. Stafford's better than it's always better than I think it's going to be. I remember I went to the last one and I was pleasantly surprised. It was just before Christmas, and I was surprised by how many people were there. It was really good.
Nice.
It's a good show.
Really good time. So, I always go to Stafford and NEC if I can make it.
Nice one. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll see you there. And Kempton Toy Fair on Sunday. if you are free tomorrow night, go check out our friend Baz, Dark Lycan stream. Him, Dave Wild Toys, Bizarro's Pieces, and Big C are on there. So check that out tomorrow evening. I can't remember what time it starts.
I think it's 8 o'clock, possibly 9 o'clock. But yeah, check out that. Sorry?
It's in the evening.
Split of a difference. Let's say 8:30. Dark Lycan on YouTube, and there's some good guests tomorrow. They'll be chatting toys, etc. Be good.
Cool, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Have a really good week. And
9 o'clock.
Hang on.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
9 o'clock.
There you go. Cheers, Dave. Have a really good evening, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe to all the channels, and we will be back next week.
Nice one.
Thank you very much,
See you guys.
Callum and Ben. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.